Your person was once caught in a cycle of indecision, unable to fully commit or express what they truly felt, even though the connection between you was always undeniable. In the past, they allowed pride, ego, and fear to cloud their judgment and silence their heart. They held back when they should have stepped forward, and they hesitated when they should have chosen you boldly. But now something profound has shifted within them. They are finally ready to put aside everything that once held them back because they realize that this connection is more important than any internal battle, doubt, or insecurity they ever carried. To them, nothing compares to what the two of you share. Your person is fully aware of how exhausted you became from giving so much without seeing any true reciprocation. They now understand the weight you carried, the effort you invested, the patience you maintained, and the emotional energy you poured into the bond while feeling like you were standing alone. This lack of balance affected you deeply, leaving you upset, disappointed, and drained. It reached a point where you had no choice but to distance yourself from the connection in order to protect your peace. In many ways, you became asleep to the relationship, no longer pouring into it the way you once did. But in that exact moment, your withdrawal sparked something powerful within them. While you stepped back, they woke up. Now, your person is completely awake to the reality of what you mean to them. They are choosing you in a way they never have before, with clarity, intention, and sincerity. They are imagining a real future with you, one that includes stability, partnership, and even a family. They no longer see you as just someone they care about, they see you as their wish fulfillment, the person who brings a sense of meaning and emotional richness into their life. They long to feel the warmth of your love again, not in an unbalanced way but in a mutual, deeply connected way where both of you give and receive in harmony. What's even more incredible is that the moment you decided to pull your energy back and make a commitment to love yourself more was the exact moment everything began to align in your favor. It was as if the universe needed you to reclaim your worth, reconnect with your inner self, and restore your emotional balance before allowing the next chapter of this connection to unfold. This self-love journey created a ripple effect that touched both of you. By focusing on your own healing, you opened space for transformation, not just within yourself, but within them as well. Both of you can sense the powerful shift happening. There is a new awareness, a depth, and a maturity within each of you that wasn't present before. You are seeing one another differently, more clearly, more compassionately, and with a deeper recognition of each other's growth. The emotional instability and unresolved wounds that once influenced your interactions are slowly dissolving as you both become more grounded, more patient, and more emotionally secure. This transformation is not accidental. It is the result of inner work, spiritual alignment, and an increased understanding of what truly matters. You are both stepping into a version of yourselves that is more capable of giving and receiving love in a healthy, stable, and fulfilling way. That's why the connection feels so different now, less chaotic, less confusing, and more aligned with your higher selves. When two people reach a place where they feel content within themselves, where they can appreciate even the smallest blessings in their lives, the universe naturally creates the conditions for a harmonious reunion. It is in that state of inner peace and gratitude that true love can thrive. The universe is guiding both of you back toward each other, not in the same way as before, but in a renewed, elevated form. This upcoming reunion isn't simply about coming back together physically, it is also a deep spiritual reconnection. It is a merging of two souls who have grown, healed, and evolved enough to finally meet each other with open hearts, clear intentions, and genuine emotional presence. This journey has shaped both of you. Your pain taught you strength and self-respect. Their awakening taught them humility and clarity. Together, these experiences are forming the foundation for a healthier, more fulfilling union. The transformation happening within both of you is preparing the way for something meaningful, balanced, and spiritually aligned. And when the time is right, the connection will reawaken in a way that honors both your growth and your shared destiny. We've been through so many difficult moments together, moments that could have easily broken us if we weren't as deeply connected as we are. Yet even in the middle of our hardest days, there were flashes of light, memories so beautiful and meaningful that they feel permanently etched into my heart. Those memories remind me that no matter how heavy life can get, there is something extraordinary about what we share. The journey we've taken so far hasn't always been smooth, and at times it has felt like we were navigating storms without a map. But every obstacle, every disagreement, and every tear has strengthened the bond between us in ways I never expected. It's as if the challenges forged us into something unshakable, something that can't be easily undone. What amazes me most is how you understand me in a way no one else ever has. You see me, really see me, past the layers I hide, past the moments when I withdraw, and past the defenses I've built over the years. You've always given me the space and the freedom to be fully myself without pressure or judgment. That kind of acceptance is rare, and it's something I don't take for granted. I honestly don't know what I would do without you, because even this temporary separation feels unbearable, like walking through a version of hell I never signed up for. Being apart from you makes me realize how deeply intertwined our lives have become, how much I rely on your presence, your voice, your warmth, even the smallest gestures that mean more to me than you probably realize. I know I'm not the easiest person to love. I can shut down, overthink, get silent, or retreat into my own world without meaning to. I can be stubborn, unpredictable, and confusing even to myself. But even with all of that, you've continued to choose me again and again. And I need you to know that I never take your patience, your kindness, or your effort lightly. Even when I fail to say it out loud or show it in obvious ways, I feel an intense love for you, something steady, something fierce, something that refuses to fade. Nothing in this world can tear us apart as long as we keep holding on to each other, as long as we keep choosing love even on the days when it feels hard. I will never give up on you, because what I see in you is something extraordinarily rare. You have a soul that radiates sincerity, depth, and compassion. Your heart is so genuine, so beautifully formed, that sometimes I find myself wondering how I got lucky enough to be loved by someone like you. You understand me on levels that I struggle to articulate, on layers I don't often reveal to anyone. Even when I'm not speaking clearly or when my emotions feel tangled, you still sense what I mean, you still feel what I'm trying to express. That kind of connection doesn't come around often, it's the kind people spend lifetimes hoping to find. We're both complicated in our own ways, and honestly, that's part of why I love you as deeply as I do. I've never been interested in people who are easy to read, who lay everything bare on the surface with no mystery beneath. I'm drawn to people who have depth, those who take time to understand, who carry stories behind their eyes, who feel things intensely even when they don't always say them out loud. And you, with all your layers, your thoughts, your vulnerabilities, and your quiet strengths, captivate me in ways you can't even imagine. Every part of you intrigues me. Every layer you reveal makes me fall even harder. What we have isn't something shallow or temporary. It's not the kind of connection that fades with distance or dulls with time. It's something rooted deeply in understanding, respect, and genuine emotional connection. Even when we're apart, I carry you with me, in my thoughts, in my heart, in the quiet moments when I'm trying to hold myself together. I feel your presence in the places where I used to feel empty. I hear your voice in the silence, comforting me, grounding me, reminding me that what we share is real and worth fighting for. This separation, no matter how painful, is only temporary. it doesn't define us, it doesn't break us. Instead, it makes me realize even more how much I want a future with you, one filled with shared mornings, inside jokes, soft touches, and endless conversations. A future where we continue building something strong and meaningful, something that lasts not because it's perfect but because we're willing to put in the work. Loving each other isn't always easy, but it's always worth it. So yes, I'm complicated. You're complicated. And that's exactly why we fit together so beautifully. You challenge me, inspire me, comfort me, and understand me in ways no one else ever has. I'm attracted to you intellectually, emotionally, spiritually, even in the ways you don't see in yourself. You are everything I never knew I needed and everything I could ever hope for. And no matter what we face, no matter how far apart we may be for a moment, my love for you isn't going anywhere. I'm here. I'm choosing you. Always. My intentions have always been pure, and I want you to know that from the very beginning, I never meant to hurt you or play with your emotions. You have always deserved honesty, care, and loyalty, and I regret deeply that my actions or my silence ever made you feel anything less than valued. When I first got to know you, something in me shifted. I felt a sense of connection and trust that I didn't even fully understand at the time. I knew you truly loved me, not just in words but in the sincerity of your actions, the patience you showed, and the way you were always there, even when I didn't fully appreciate it. From those early days, I had already begun to imagine a future with you. I pictured moments where we would grow together, support each other, and build something meaningful that would stand strong no matter what challenges came our way. But somewhere along the way, things became complicated between us. I don't know exactly when it happened or how the misunderstandings started piling up, but I do know that I should have handled many things differently. I should have communicated better. I should have listened more carefully and valued your feelings the way they deserve to be valued. Instead, I allowed myself to become distracted and influenced by the noise around me, other people's opinions, unnecessary stress, and the demands of the world that pulled me away from what truly mattered. Because of that, I didn't always understand you the way I should have, and I take responsibility for that. Now that I reflect on everything with a clearer mind and a more open heart, I realize how much I have broken unknowingly, your trust, your peace of mind, and perhaps even the image you once had of us. And because of that awareness, I want to fix everything. I'm not saying it will be easy or happen overnight, but I genuinely want to rebuild what was damaged. I want to restore the closeness we once had and return all the love, care, and emotional support you gave me. Your love has never been something I took lightly, even if I failed at showing it properly at times. I miss the comfort of knowing we were connected, the warmth of your presence in my life, and the feeling that no matter what happened, we had each other's hearts. The distance between us now worries me more than I can express. Not hearing from you has made me feel a kind of emptiness that's hard to describe. There were moments when I sat in silence, waiting for a message or a sign from you, hoping the space between us would shrink even a little. Those quiet moments made me realize how alone I felt without your voice, your understanding, and your presence. It's in those moments that I truly understood how much you mean to me, how much you always have. I don't want this distance to become permanent. I don't want misunderstandings to define our story or be the reason we lose something that still has so much potential. I need your love and support in my life, not because I'm weak, but because with you, I feel understood in a way that no one else has ever been able to offer. You bring out a version of me that feels more grounded, more hopeful, and more willing to grow. You inspire me to be better, not just for you but for myself as well. Looking back now, I can admit that I didn't always treat your feelings with the care they deserved. I was distracted, caught up in the world, overly influenced by the opinions and expectations of others. I let the noise cloud my judgment and distance me from the person who mattered most. I let external pressures shape my reactions instead of trusting the bond we shared. For that, I am genuinely and deeply sorry. I never meant to make you feel unimportant or taken for granted. What I want now is simple, yet meaningful, the chance to start again, not to erase the past, but to learn from it and grow stronger together. I want to communicate better, listen more deeply, and create a space where both of us feel safe, appreciated, and understood. I want to show you, through actions and not just words, that my intentions are real and that my feelings have always been sincere. If you can find it in your heart to give me another chance, I promise I will meet that chance with gratitude, effort, and honesty. I'm not asking out of desperation, but out of a genuine desire to heal what's broken and protect what still remains between us. I want us to rebuild, not perfectly, but authentically, with patience and with the understanding that meaningful connections are worth fighting for. You matter to me more than you know. And I'm ready, now more than ever, to prove that.